Welcome to Eternal Wrestling. I'm your host, Jordan, here with my amazing co-host, AJ.
Hello, everybody.
And today's videos, we're gonna do some ranking of the wrestling pay-per-views of the year for both companies. But instead of just having a linear list for like each of our own ideas, we're gonna put our brains together and stick them on a tier list.
Wowie.
Very adventurous, very exciting, very fun. I'm excited to get into this. Are you, AJ?
I'm very excited. There's been lots of wrestling this year.
Lots of wrestling.
Some good, some awful. We'll get into all of it.
Definitely some better than others. But before we do get into this video, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps us a lot.
I guess we'll start with Double or Nothing.
Yes.
Since it's the first one.
Double or Nothing, where CM Punk crowned himself the AEW World Champion.
And then got injured the next Dynamite, but we don't talk about that.
Got injured the next Dynamite, and then called the guy that he beat an empty-headed.
No, that was All Out.
That was
All Out.
Oh yeah. You're right. Still, it was a pretty good pay-per-view, right? I think it was pretty good.
I'm gonna go with B.
B, yeah. I was thinking high B.
Because like, there's a lot of like, the card feels bloated. Like, there's some matches that don't really need to be on there.
Yeah, didn't this have the Ruby Soho Britt Baker
It did.
match and the Samoa Joe Adam Cole?
Samoa Joe Adam Cole was underwhelming. Wardlow MJF was underwhelming.
Yeah, that was like the whole controversy and all that.
Yeah,
that going on. But yeah, I think
some good stuff on there. Like Anarchy in the Arena is good. The main event is very good. Besides the freaking Punk failing at the buckshot lariat many times.
Yeah.
What else is on there? The Jurassic Express versus Team Taz versus Serve in Our Glory is
that
pretty
awful
lit.
Fucking Frankie Kazarian, Jay Lethal matches on this card.
Yeah, that's also on there.
A lot of good, a lot of meh. So I think
Jay Lethal.
Not Jay Lethal, Scorpio Sky. Sorry.
Yeah, B is a solid place for it.
All right, Revolution.
Oh, we're gonna be biased with this one, aren't we?
Listen, if I had to do it.
Yeah, it's a very consistent card. Like I don't think there's really a bad match on the card. Maybe we're being biased.
Yeah, that's true. But
the main event is great. Dog collar matches is one of the best matches. S
is good. Obviously, it probably is more A, but because we win and all that, it's S. And also, I feel like the impact that this pay-per-view had on the 2022 AEW like storylines, I feel like it's a lot. Like Revolution kind of like is set the tone for 2022. I feel like when it comes to the what we're gonna get into.
A lot of storylines like started at Revolution.
Yeah, like Jericho, Jericho Eddie for better or worse.
Yeah, that's what the night after the JS.
Yeah, Regal obviously, Swerve being there. You know, the Wardlow turn. You know, so I think that this pay-per-view is very monumental in the year that AEW had. So I think for just impact alone, it could also be S tier.
All Out 2022. I'm gonna go C.
Going C. Okay, so this is the Jon Moxley, CM Punk. What else happened?
Jon Moxley, CM Punk. That's Dark Order and Hangman versus the Elite. That's Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaim.
I had that ladder match too.
That ladder match was kind of meh, besides like the MJF stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I think
there's a lot of bad on this card though. Like Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Jade Cargill, and Athena was underwhelming.
Yeah, I think.
And then just like it has a dark cloud because of like what happened after the show. So like I would go see.
What was the women's champ doing?
It was a fatal 4-way. It was because Thunder Rosa vacated it.
Okay, so this is where Toni Storm got crowned.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if she defended or this is where she got crowned. Okay, but yeah, I think I agree with C. It's not really crazy. It's not awful, and that cloud is also
Clash at the Castle. I think that's the best WWE pay-per-view this year. So I'd go S. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was very good, and the crowd was amazing. Obviously, because they're in England, or no, I think in Scotland, right?
It was in Wales.
Yeah, the crowd was amazing. Obviously, they were super over for Drew. I know it had that weird ending with like Tyson Fury coming to sing with Drew. So
It was dumb, but
it was weird.
everything else about it, I can't really think of a bad match on the show. Roman versus Drew was great. Of course, Walter, Sheamus, that was the match of the night.
Yeah, potential WWE match of the year next to probably Cody and Seth. The tip of the top for WWE. Day one, I don't remember day one at all. At all.
Day one had the fatal 5-way that Brock won for the title because Roman had COVID, I think, or something. Yeah.
I'd say C. I mean, this because I just don't remember really. It's not very memorable, I guess.
Yeah, I guess C is fine. It's not D because I remember like enjoying the fatal 5-way, even though it was like really short, and like I remember Usos New Day being entertaining. So
yeah,
everything else is kind of.
He's a good spot for it. I was fixing my pops and they fell. Like, C.
I'm pissed now. C.
I'm angry.
I have a story about this one. So I was at work when this pay-per-view, the Elimination Chamber, was happening, and when I got home, I got a text from my good friend Adam, and I remember this very vividly. This text, it was said, "It's Elimination Chamber was so fucking bad."
It was terrible, man.
I didn't watch it, but I hear it's awful.
So bad. The women's one was fine. That was actually pretty good. But the fucking men's one, holy shit. That was the worst Elimination Chamber match I've ever seen in my life. Basically, it's just Bobby getting stuck, and I think the storyline got injured in the cage or whatever. Fucking Brock broke out of the cage. And then they jobbed out. Was Seth Rollins in this or no?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think Seth Rollins got bitched. And then Austin Theory was just running from Brock for like 2 minutes, and then it ended. And didn't he have the title at this point? Or no?
I think this was for the title.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, it's for the title. So Bobby Lashley didn't even get to compete.
Bobby Lashley was the champion, but then he got like a concussion, so he couldn't
and
compete.
Adding on this, after this or before this happened, didn't Brock win the Rumble?
Yeah.
So like,
and we'll get to that later because that's like one of the worst Rumbles in recent memory.
This is a bad show.
Yeah,
D tier. If there's F tier on here, I'd put it there, but actually I wouldn't put an F tier because the women's one was pretty good. But the men's is just so disappointing.
Extreme Rules 2022. I would go A. The only thing holding it back is that awful Liv Morgan Ronda match. A or B, it's whatever. I think the only thing holding it back is that Liv and Ronda match. Oh, and fucking Drew and Killer Cross, which is awful. Okay, B is good actually.
Yeah,
I changed my mind.
I didn't like the Fight Pit match. I didn't care for the Drew match. The Liv Morgan match was. Only thing that's really like putting it up is just what's his name coming, Bray, which is pretty sick.
And I also enjoyed Imperium and the
Imperium and Brawling Brutes was good.
That was the match of the night to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it any higher than B personally.
Yeah, B. I'd go B. Forbidden Door.
I think this is S. A. You think it's S? I was thinking A.
That's S.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best pay-per-views of the year because like. It's monumental.
Yeah.
It's more of a moment than like a pay-per-view.
Yeah. The Orange Cassidy match was great.
The main event between Tanahashi and Mox. The four-way was good until the finish. Yeah. FTR got all the belts, beating Roppongi Vice and Jeff Cobb and Drado Khan. The opening trios match is great. Yeah, I think this is just a solid pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it is. And like you said, it is very monumental.
Yeah, I'd put it in S.
For its meaning and all that. Really good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is S. I'm bugging out. Full Gear.
That's S as well.
Oh, we can't have 30
That's
S.
It is.
Okay, well then at Full Gear's S, we gotta bump Revolution down to A.
Okay, fine.
Isn't right. But yeah, I think Full Gear was probably the best like AEW show of the year.
I think that's the pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, very good. Only thing holding back is like the Jade match. That's gonna happen every pay-per-view until something gets interesting over there. The Tony Storm match was incredible. MJF Mox match, incredible for like what it's proposing for the future.
The Ring of Honor Fatal 4-Way.
Ring of Honor Fatal 4-Way.
Death Triangle, the Elite, their first match.
The triple threat, was it? Between the big men?
Hobbs, Wardlow, and
that was
Joe.
good. So yeah, I think this is definitely S tier, but we had to move Revolution down.
Hell in a Cell. The only thing that's carrying Hell in a Cell is the Cody and Seth match to me.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything else that happened on this show.
Yeah, it's the same.
I'd put it like...
Was this the last match that Vince had? Or not match, but show that Vince put out?
I think it was Money in the Bank. And Money in the Bank this year was bad. So...
yeah, I think... what do you mean you're so bad? I'm thinking probably B. Backup B is fine.
Yeah, B. The only thing carrying it is Cody and Seth. So
yeah, Backup B, and then Money in the Bank is like C.
I don't remember anything from Money in the Bank, to be honest. I know Austin Theory won.
Austin Theory won. It was a stupid reason he won, or it came in. It was like last minute. They're like, oh, we're throwing Austin Theory in the match. And then there's like, oh, Austin Theory won. Here's a selfie.
And I remember there was also a very good Uso Street Profits match. That's all I remember.
But the women's one was fine. Liv Morgan won. Had that awful Shotzi botch. And then Liv Morgan, I think she cashed in the same night, didn't she, against Ronda to win the women's title? So yeah, I give her points for that. Didn't Lashley have a match this pay-per-view?
It was against Austin Theory. Anyone.
Okay, yeah, that match was actually that match was fine.
I'm actually starting to remember things about this pay-per-view. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that match was fine. I think C is fine. It wasn't good, but it wasn't like the worst.
I think SummerSlam is so overrated.
I remember it for the long ass ramp.
I like the flipping the ramp thing, or not the ramp, the ring with the tractor, and the Becky Bianca match was good, but it wasn't as good as their match at WrestleMania.
All the returns, Dakota, Io, Bayley.
Sky.
It's a fine pay-per-view. I don't think it's the greatest one that everyone swears this is a turning point. This is where you can tell that he's here, and it's like
no, because I guess Triple H had to work with whatever Vince booked already. So that's, I feel like Clash at the Castle is really the first Triple H pay-per-view. So
yeah, but I'm thinking back
I'd go. Yeah, B is alright to me.
Survivor Series.
I put that in A.
Yeah, Survivor Series was a good, solid pay-per-view.
Both the War Games matches were fun, and the triple threat for the U.S. title was very good. I didn't really care for the AJ Styles Finn Balor match. I thought it was kind of boring, but that's fine. But it also has that awful Ronda Rousey and Shotzi match. So
yeah, I think that's probably what's holding it from S, because I can live with the boring AJ Styles Finn Balor match because it wasn't bad. It was just slow. But that match was terrible that you just talked about. We've talked about that previously in other videos. Go watch that now.
Oh my god.
Now.
Go.
Okay.
Now.
Also, my big gripe with WWE, and this is, I don't say controversial, but it's like a topic. It's like you have these extreme matches. There's no blood. Come on, bleed a little bit.
I understand. It's fine.
For War Games though, it's just like,
oh yeah.
For this, I'm not saying a ladder match needs to have blood or whatever. This is fucking War Games. It makes it better, but like I said, I get it too.
That's true.
You make more money when not showing
blood and guts match over both the War Games matches, but that's just me being biased to AEW. So,
but yeah, I think A is good.
A is good.
A is good for Survivor Series.
WrestleMania. There's some good moments on this WrestleMania, but there's also a lot of shit on this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I would put it.
I don't know where to put it either, because I feel like WrestleMania, I think the front of B for WrestleMania is good, because I think it's on the same tier as Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of good, a lot of bad.
Cody's return.
The
Becky Bianca match. Cody Rollins. The Sami Zayn Johnny Knoxville match is silly. Yeah,
Stone Cold coming.
Match is fine. Oh yeah, Stone Cold. How can I forget that? Yeah, that's silly.
Silly and fun. It was very. I feel like it was a very lighthearted WrestleMania. Yeah. It wasn't it didn't take itself too serious. Maybe it's a good thing.
Oh my god, wacky WWE.
Wacky WWE.
There's also a lot of shit on this card though, like Drew Happy Corbin.
Yeah, Drew Happy Corbin.
The Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag titles.
Yeah.
Charlotte Ronda. Brawling Brutes versus
fucking Omos and Bobby.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad on that.
So I think front of B.
I'd say B.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't put it above Double or Nothing, but in front of a
WrestleMania Backlash. I remember enjoying WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, it was actually better than I thought it was gonna be because the concept of Backlash is so stupid to me.
Yeah, just rematches from Mania.
Just rematch from Mania, but it kind of was better than Mania. Kinda did a better job.
Yeah, WrestleMania also had the underwhelming ass AJ Styles Edge match.
Yeah, that's so slow, and then Damian Priest looked at him for like a second. He's like,
and then spear, I'm done. But yeah, the match they had at Backlash was better than that. Cody Rollins had another great match, even though it was the weakest of their series.
Yeah.
The main event was very fun with RK Bro and Drew versus the Bloodline. I think it's a solid pay-per-view. I'm thinking A or B.
Yeah, I'm thinking back at A, top of B. I think it's better than WrestleMania. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I'd argue it's better than Double or Nothing, but
you're right. Back of A, and if we decide to change it, we can.
I didn't watch Crown Jewel. This
is
all you.
Crown Jewel was pretty good, I'd say, for what I was expecting. In a Saudi match or Saudi main event was really good. Very entertaining. Roman versus Logan. It blew my expectations and then some. Somehow this match is better than I feel like anything Brock and Roman had together. Entertaining, lighthearted. It was pretty cool. The Brock and Lashley match, at first I was kind of disappointed because I was like, this is just stupid. But it was, looking back, and it was pretty cool. Having Bobby actually kind of like lash out on Brock was pretty funny. I feel like you don't really see that. I'm fucking blinking. It's pissing me off. I don't care enough to look at it.
I know Drew and Cross had a shit steel cage match because Killer Cross was terrible.
That was bad. I didn't like that one. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good pay-per-view. I think it's just, again, another just B tier one, maybe A, but I wouldn't put this with what we have there. So I think B, go in front of Extreme Rules right there, and then Royal Rumble.
This Royal Rumble's so bad. It's so bad.
It's terrible. I remember my good pal telling me, he was like, "Oh, Royal Rumble's coming up, and at least usually those are guaranteed to be pretty good."
That good pal was me.
Well, it was not very good. Quite the opposite. Very crap.
Just
use my French.
2015's Royal Rumble was very bad, but at least that had the triple threat between Brock, Rollins, and Cena. This had like nothing. I mean, Roman and Seth is good until the finish.
Yeah, the finish was so stupid. Brock winning, I thought was so stupid. Was
bad. Yeah, and if the Rumbles, I mean, they've always felt like predictable in recent years, but like this one especially, because like nobody really wanted Ronda or Brock to win the Rumbles.
Yeah,
but that was D tier is good for me. And that's every pay-per-view of the 2022 calendar year.
Yeah, I think this is good.
Wowie. I like our list.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. It helps us a lot. And AJ, tell them.
Hit the fucking bell. Whoa. Wowie.
That was
getting aggressive here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Adios.